Welcome to Comic Power. I am your host, Comic Killer 72. This segment today is called Wicked Wednesday. If you didn't know, Wednesday is the new release for new comics that come out every week. This will help you pick the best comics that are dropping in terms of readability, speculation, etc. Some of the comics have titles that are not safe for work, so you've been warned. But first off, a recap of last week's winner from February 10th, and that's going to be Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3. Batman and the Turtles are both pop culture phenomenons. They're always popular no matter what trends are going on in the market. This Kevin Eastman 1 in 50 variant is still going for about $60 average on eBay. To say this miniseries is a hit is an understatement. Now let's move on to our new releases from February 17th, 2016. And first up is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 0 second printing. Number 0 caught everybody by surprise. There were some limited variants that went up for a whole bunch of money. There's a movie coming out in 2017, but I wouldn't hold these that long. If I had them, I would go ahead and flip them. I just don't trust the Power Rangers as a long-term investment, but that's just me. But what I do trust is Batman and the Turtles. This is issue number 1 going for a second print. Number 1 is going for about $10 on eBay right now, the first print. The print run was just under 135,000 copies, but apparently that was not enough for this crossover. Hence the second printing on issue number 1 and number 2. You got bats, you got turtles, you got utility belts, and you got swords. What else could you possibly want? Next up is Harley Quinn number 25, and it doesn't get any better than this. You got the title character, the Joker, and Batman all on the cover. Also, there's going to be a Neal Adams variant, which people are going to be killing themselves to get. So you might want to pick up one now while it's still pretty cheap. DC Comics is having a hell of a week, I tell you. Next up is Snowfall number 1 from Image Comics. The cover looks fantastic, and it's worth $4 to see if this is any good or not. Based on Image's reputation, I say this is worth picking up. Next up is Enormous Volume 2 number 5. Enormous looks like a throwback to the 1950s type of campy, gory type of horror stories from that era. Enormous also has been optioned as a miniseries for Fox Television. Definitely one to keep an eye on. Next up is Sex Criminals number 14. This is the critically acclaimed series from Matt Fraction. It's rated MA for mature, and it definitely earns it. The premise is a man and woman start a relationship, and they find out that they can stop time when they orgasm. They use this power to go out and rob banks. I know it sounds completely nuts and sounds crazy, but it definitely works. It's one of the best things written in comics from this decade. There's also going to be a variant cover that's in this pink poly bag, and it promises to be a XXX cover. Are we even talking about comics anymore? This is really way out there. This really pushes the limit. So as you can see, Sex Criminals is not for kids. It's adult reading only. Sex Criminals has been optioned to be a TV series by Universal. How they can show this on television, I have no idea. I imagine it'd be on Netflix or something like that. I advise you to pick up Sex Criminals number 1, first print from 2013. You can get a good raw copy on eBay for about $15 to $18. Right now, it's probably undervalued. The print run is very, very low on it. So it's probably worth investing in it to see what happens when they convert this over to television or whatever they decide to do with it. Next up is Bitch Planet number 7. This is from Kelly Sue DeConnick, who is the wife of Matt Fraction, who is the writer of Sex Criminals. The premise here is that it's a dystopian future in which a group of men called the Fathers lead the world. And on the surface of it, it looks like a utopia, but not for women who must always obey their husband no matter what. Women that do not comply are sent to an off-planet prison, aka Bitch Planet. Shown here is Kelly Sue DeConnick and Matt Fraction, the couple that I just mentioned. She's authoring Bitch Planet and he's authoring Sex Criminals. Before their success at Image, they both worked at Marvel, taking D-list characters and making them matter. Matt made people care about Hawkeye, and Kelly Sue revamped the Miss Marvel character from the not safe for work fetish S&M gear and went with a full body suit and shorter hair and an androgynous look. There's feminist overtones, and this will be the look for a future Captain Marvel movie. Matt and Kelly Sue's production company is called Milk-Fed Criminal Mastermind. Sex Criminals is the first project that's being optioned, but they do have other projects that they're working on. So you want to get Sex Criminals number 1 as well as Bitch Planet number 1 while they're still cheap. Moving right along is Six number 4 from 451 Media Group. This is the publisher that's linked to Michael Bay, and they're putting out nothing but quality books. Next up is Amazing Spider-Man number 8. In this story arc, Spidey is battling Cloak and Dagger, who are under the control of a villain named Mr. Negative. Next up is Deadpool and Cable split second number 3. If you haven't seen the Deadpool movie, fast forward this by 20 seconds. Cable has been confirmed to appear in the Deadpool movie sequel, so that makes this miniseries hot, as well as other early Cable appearances, which we will discuss at another time. Next up is Variant putting out their $1 debut. This is Divinity #1 reprint, so you can pick this up for $1 and get a chance to read it so you can see why this miniseries was so popular in the first place. Next up is Star Wars #16. This Terry Dodson cover looks fantastic. There will be other variants, but it's probably too late in the game for investing. You just want to get this for reading material, and it will only cost you $4. My prediction for the biggest winner this week is going to be Power Man and Iron Fist #1. I believe that retailers will go light on it because they don't have the interest from customers yet, but most customers don't know that Power Man and Iron Fist are going to get their own Netflix shows. Power Man, aka Luke Cage, has already turned up in the Jessica Jones series, which was A freaking plus. Luke Cage gets his own individual series in 2016, and Iron Fist is going to come later. There's no exact date yet. They haven't cast an actor to play him yet. What they're going to do is they're going to team up Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist and call them the Defenders, and that's going to be a show that's going to come later, probably about 3 years from now. But for right now, you want to go ahead and get Power Man Iron Fist #1. There's also action figure variants which look pretty cool. Personally, I like the hip hop variant cover, which pays homage to Mobb Deep's 1995 infamous album. It would be a good investment to get their first appearances. Luke Cage makes his introduction in Luke Cage #1 Hero for Hire in 1972, and Iron Fist makes his first appearance in Marvel Premiere #15 from 1974. That brings us to the conclusion of Wicked Wednesday. Be sure to support your local comic book store or dealer. Please note I do sell comics at my eBay store. The link is coming up later. Some comics will go up in value, some won't, but if you always buy what you like, then you'll never miss out. Till next time, this is Comic Killer 72 saying peace out and bye-bye. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section below and click on subscribe.